How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be talking about a brand new horror movie, one of the first movies of 2026, and that is Primate. It just came out January 8th, 2026, was directed by Johannes Roberts, who you guys may know for doing both of the 47 Meters Down movies, as well as Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City and Strangers Prey at Night. So he's probably done a few movies that you guys have seen. The movie stars Johnny Sequoyah, Jessica Alexander, and Troy Kotsur. And what's the setup for this movie? No major spoilers, but the idea here is that you have this girl going back to her family home in Hawaii. Her father has to leave really quickly to do a press conference for his new book, so she's hanging out in her family home with her friends who are super excited to see her again, her younger sister, and her family's pet monkey that the mom adopted because she was a language professor. However, she's recently passed away. In a sad turn of events, the monkey is bitten by a wild animal, contracts rabies, and when the kids are alone, the monkey will go on a killing spree, and all the teenagers have to figure out how to avoid the monkey, puzzle their way out of this situation, and hopefully escape the isolated Hawaiian house. And all that being said, this movie was better than I thought it would be. I remember my initial impression when I saw the trailer. I thought it looked super goofy, and to be honest, I thought it felt a little bit uninspired. If you guys remember the Jordan Peele movie Nope, there was a scene with a killer monkey, and it was a big scary scene that was one of the big moments that everyone talked about with that. Honestly, I saw the trailer and I was like, they're just doing that scene from Nope, but turning it into a whole movie. And plus, Hollywood's had this weird fascination with monkeys. I think ever since the Planet of the Apes prequels came out, we started seeing a bunch more of them. But yeah, I didn't really have big expectations for this, but then I saw a few reviewers saying, oh, it's really good, you should go check it out, and I thought, okay, I'll see what's up here. And it's okay. Like, it does its job well enough. The base concept of trying to figure your way out and escape from this monkey, and the puzzle pieces, you know, where's the monkey, where's the phone, where's the car keys, where can we hide, how can we get out of here, that sort of cat and mouse game, and then the monkey popping up with a big jump scare. The meat and potatoes of this movie are solid enough. And as a cherry on top of that, there are a few wince-inducing gore moments. There are some violent effects in here. And I will say, if you guys are scared of monkeys, which, looking at other reviews, apparently more people are than I thought, then you'll definitely get some good scares out of this one. That being said, though, I kinda wanted it to be a lot better than it is. And this feels super weird to say because with Johannes Roberts movies, I'm usually the guy saying, oh yeah, they're kinda goofy, but they're better than people give them credit for. Strangers Prey at Night, 47 Meters Down Uncaged. A lot of people criticize those, and I'm like, oh, come on, guys, they're goofy fun. It feels so weird to have other people like a Johannes Roberts movie more than I do. And yeah, I don't hate this movie, I just think it's okay. And a large part of that is I really wish the script was punched up a little bit more. I mean, the characters, you don't really know them too terribly well. You basically know their main attribute. That's the little sister character, that one's the best friend, that's the jerk character, and that's the boy that she kind of likes. But a lot of it doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't have any deeper meaning. It's not super developed. The characters aren't great. And then you get this whole thing with her dad, where the dad finds out the monkey was bitten by something, and he does his due diligence to send the animal off to a lab. But when the lab says, hey, your monkey has rabies, he's like, rabies isn't on Hawaii, and all he does is call his daughters a few times before eventually thinking maybe I should check this out. he did schedule one of his assistants to give the monkey a shot, but that just resulted in the monkey escaping its cage. Yeah, the dad character is super useless in this movie. We also get a large part of this movie where the characters make it to a pool, but the monkey doesn't want to go in the water. And of course, the movie finds reasons for them to jump out of this pool every so often, but honestly, it really felt like if the characters just stayed in the pool, yeah, maybe it would be over 12 hours, but I think if you just hung out in the middle of the pool, you probably would have been fine. And as someone who's done a bit of screenplay writing before, I can tell you, that must have been a frustrating situation to get to, and they get to the pool. Ah, dang, movie's over. Okay, why do they need to get out of the pool? So yeah, besides the story having some clunky issues, the other big thing that I really wish was developed more or pushed farther was the violence and the horror of the chimpanzee. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some wince-inducing gore moments, and when you get those are good, but it really should have been everywhere, and it really should have been more violent. And to put things in perspective for you, there's a scene where the monkey jumps onto the main girl, and someone's able to come by, save her, and push the monkey off really quick, and she's more or less okay. I feel like the terror of a chimpanzee horror movie is just how incredibly strong these things are, and the movie kind of negates that. Like, there are times where they're able to fight off the chimp, and the chimp will just start punching you rather than, ripping pieces off of you. I feel that when you do get those good gore moments, that really should have been the baseline, not the punch. I mean, part of the reason why chimpanzees can get so scary is they're super fast, super strong, and they're not afraid to start ripping pieces off of you like you are a Mr. Potato Head or something. When they pushed the monkey off the main girl, honestly, she should have had like an ear missing or something, at the very least. The fact that the characters can encounter the monkey so much and be so unscathed, I feel is a little bit unrealistic. I mean, for guys especially, if you guys don't know, monkeys tend to go straight for the crotch, and they don't really ever do that in this movie. So yeah, I feel the violence and the gore are toned down until you get to the punches. And really, the characters should have been a lot more mangled and brutalized for most of the movie. And I really feel like when you look at the first 2 kills of this movie, the first one happens where most of the characters don't see it, and then the one that they do see is actually a fairly tame kill. You really needed to show someone getting torn to shreds from this monkey right off the bat, and you really needed to be a lot more unrelenting with this one. Because yeah, monkeys mutilate you, and they're a lot harder to escape once they're on you, and honestly, this felt like a pretty weak monkey. One more thing I want to add, it's weird that it wasn't in the advertising that the monkey had rabies. I saw the ads and I thought the monkey just was mad at them for some reason. I guess they were a little worried that they would be called Cujo but with a monkey. But yeah, I didn't know that going in, and I thought that was a little bit weird. But yeah, this is a rabies movie, in a world where rabies makes you evil yet somehow still calculating and not just violently mad and impulsive. Yeah, no, rabies I always felt was more of an anger and blind rage, but no, apparently it just flips your morality switch and makes you evil, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. As I said, in general, the movie is fun enough. If you guys want a horror creature feature, it does that fairly well. And as far as providing a good enough number of thrills, that's all in there. It's just the story's not super polished, and it's not near as brutal as it should be, and there are some goofy, unrealistic moments. As I said though, totally functional. I just wish it was better. Although that being said, usually Januaries are much worse than this, so all in all, not a bad start out to the year. And as much as I've defended Johannes Roberts in the past, I'm glad people are liking this one. He really needed a win. So overall, it's okay. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. If you guys want to see me talk about more movies kind of like this, feel free to click right here and see more. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. playlist here. Have a good day now.